Kogi Commissioner has pleaded with the federal government and other international bodies to come to the aid of the state amidst the flood crisis. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Commissioner for Environment, Kogi State, Honorable Victor Omofaye, has pleaded with the federal government and other international bodies to come to the aid of the state amidst the flood crisis. Omofaye claimed early sensitization has been key to the low mortality rate, with effective collaboration from federal agencies as well as NGOs. He made the appeal during a Channel Television's program on Tuesday. The commissioner noted that at least 6 people, including a toddler, were reported to have died in Kogi's worst-hit Ibadan district, which the state governor Yahaya Bello said was 100% underwater. At number 2, the Our Water, Our Rights coalition on Tuesday urged African governments to reject any proposal or project backed by the World Bank and its sister organization, International Finance Corporation, and private bodies interested in privatizing water resources on the continent. Speaking at an occasion hosted by Corporate Accountability and Public Participation, the Executive Director of CAPA, Akimbode Oluwafemi, said multinationals promoting water grabs across the globe have continued to strategize to take over Africa's water. Meanwhile, a water resources bill titled the National Water Resources Bill 2020 has been generating controversies in the National Assembly. At number 3, the Nigeria Labour Congress has commended the Lagos government for the planned salary increment for workers in the state's public service. The NLC chairman in Lagos, Fumi Sesi, gave the commendation on Tuesday, recalling Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu had on October 4th announced the increase at a meeting with civil servants of the state's public service during his working visit to the state secretariat at Lausa. The governor, however, did not mention the percentage of the increment and when it would kick off. On the other hand, reactions indicate that the development is political. At number 4, the United Nations Development Programme on Tuesday marked the 2022 International Day of the Girl Child Day. The theme for the 2022 celebration is Our Time is Now, Our Rights, Our Future. The UNDP shared a video on social media which was captioned, "All girls have the right to a safe, educated and healthy life. Let's enable girls to thrive in school, in politics, in business and in all aspects of their lives, because investing in girls is investing in our common future." #Day of the Girl. At number 5, President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday conferred national honors to 449 Nigerians and friends of Nigeria. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and the President's Chief of State, Ibrahim Gambari, were also in attendance at the event which held in Abuja. The awardees include the President's late Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, Ondo Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Director General of the World Trade Organization Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board Ishaq Oloyede, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, amongst others. At number 6, the United Nations has called for more flexibility from developed countries in easing the growing debt burden of Nigeria and other poorer nations. Last September, President Muhammadu Buhari begged the global community to consider outright debt cancellation for countries facing severe fiscal challenges. In a report published on Tuesday, UNDP identified 54 developing countries with a serious debt problem. The worst affected countries, it said, were Chad, Zambia and Ethiopia, as well as Sri Lanka and Pakistan. At number 7, police operatives in Bayelsa State have arrested a 50-year-old man named Joseph Godfrey for allegedly luring unsuspecting female job seekers to a hotel and sexually assaulting them. The police spokesman in Bayelsa State, SP Asinim Butswat, who disclosed the news on Tuesday, said the suspect, who usually disguised as a staff of the government house in Yenagoa, always lured his victims with the promise of job opportunities and employment. According to the PPRO, luck ran out for the suspected criminal on October 10, 2022, when one of the girls raised the alarm and he was arrested at Opolo community in Yenagoa. He further said that investigation is ongoing. At number 8, Steers, a Nigerian data and insights company, on Tuesday announced that it has raised $3.3 million in a seed round backed by Serena Williams' investment company, Serena Ventures. The company said it plans to use the investment to enhance its data collection and analytics capabilities, talent acquisition and expansion to East and Southern Africa. Recalling last month, the company was one of the 60 startups to get accepted into the Google for Startups Black Founders Fund 2022 cohort, which included some non-dilutive funding according to TechCrunch. At number 9, Chad Prime Minister Albert Pahimi Padak has resigned in order to pave the way for a new government. The president's office revealed the news on Tuesday. This came after the Central African country decided to push back elections by 2 years. Padek, a civilian politician, was named Prime Minister of a transitional military government in 2021 after President Mahamat Idris Deby seized power in the wake of his father's death. Finally, at number 10, the UN Human Rights Office in Geneva on Tuesday said the spate of Russia's deadly attacks in Ukraine could be classified as war crimes. The office said 12 energy companies and other important infrastructure were hit, in addition to putting civilians in harm with strikes on city centers. Meanwhile, Ukrainian authorities on Tuesday spoke of 19 dead as a result of the attacks on Monday. The UN Human Rights Office called on Russia to refrain from further escalation and to do everything in its power to avoid civilian casualties and damage to civilian infrastructure. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.